Oh, hey guys. We're just a little early. I just had to go live and let you know that Disneyland in California has announced that they will reopen on July the 17th. We're really excited about it. It's big news. It's been on a lot of the news outlets. Josh Tomorrow has posted a letter. The Magic is returning on Disney Parks blog. So you can go on there and read that. The Walt Disney Company announced Wednesday, today, a proposed July 17th reopening of Disneyland, its flagship U.S. theme park, in the wake of a months-long closure as the result of ongoing coronavirus pandemic. We are amazingly excited about this, as we were the reopening announcement for Disney World. This is great. We're really excited about it. And I just wanted to go live and see what you guys thought. Thanks if you're watching on on the rebroadcast and on the replay. It's big news, guys. I will read just a little bit from Josh D'Amaro's announcement. Josh D'Amaro, as you know, was recently promoted to chairman, Disney Parks Experiences and Products. He's formerly the president of Disney World in Florida. He says, with the announcement of the proposed reopening dates for the Disneyland Resort, we are one more exciting step closer to the reopening of all our Disney parks and experiences around the world. Throughout the past few weeks, we have reopened Shanghai Disneyland, Disney Springs, and several Disney stores and set dates for both Walt Disney World and Disneyland resorts, with more announcements coming soon. We are purposefully taking baby steps during this very intentional phased approach. As one of the first major theme parks to close our operations and the last to reopen, we have been deliberate about keeping the health and safety of our cast, guests, and local communities top of mind. And as we look forward to bringing our cast members back to work and welcoming you back as cherished guests, we know it will take all of us working together responsibly to recapture the magic. In another paragraph, he says, Walt Disney once said that it takes people to make a dream a reality. And as we prepare ourselves to reopen this original park, I want you to know how eternally grateful I am for all of you who have made Disney parks, stores, hotels, cruise lines, guided tours, and vacation properties part of your lives, as well as for the cast members, crew members, Imagineers, and employees who have brought them to life for the past 65 years. I know this has been a difficult year due to the impact of COVID-19, but I can't help but feel a great sense of hope and optimism. And like many of you, I look forward to hearing the laughter and seeing the joy of families making memories together. And I can't wait to see you when the magic returns to all of our parks and resorts. Be well, Josh. Okay, guys, so what do you think about this? How do you feel about it? Of course, Disney World has already announced their opening, and Disney Springs is open. Universal is open now. They opened a few days ago. And so now Disneyland in California has made the announcement that they will open on July the 17th. How do you feel about it? Is it too soon? Would you go on July 17th? Do you feel it's too soon? Would you be comfortable with whatever measures they put in place? They haven't announced exactly what they'll do in Disneyland, but I'm assuming it'll be similar to the steps that they've taken in Disney World. In Disney World, cast members will be wearing face masks, and also guests, I think, will be required to wear face masks. There will be no fireworks, no parades, no stage shows. So it's, some of that magic is going to be cut a little bit. They will also implement a new reservation system. So anybody with an existing reservation, dining plans, fast passes, ADRs have all been canceled in lieu of this new reservation system that they say they're going to implement. And what that means is there will be no park hopping in Walt Disney World. You will have to, hey, Life with Roxana, if I live near any of the Disney parks, I'd go. Okay, that's one of the things that I was gonna ask next. With this new reservation system, we unfortunately reservation systems with Disney have not historically gone very well. I'm thinking of the reservation system for the original opening of Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland. That did not go off without a hitch. And also the existing reservation system for Rise of Resistance in Galaxy's Edge, both coasts. So Roxana, if you live near any of the Disney parks, I'd go. That's how I feel. I think that Disney will go the extra mile to protect the health and safety of cast members and guests. So yeah, I'd go. I would go. Even with now, I might not go in August in Florida with all of the heat and that humidity. But yeah, I think I'd go. A lot can happen too over the summer. We don't know what's going to happen over the summer as far as, some of those regulations may be relaxed a little bit. So for people who have reservations, say September, October, November, yeah, I'd hang on to those and see how it goes. But what do you think about this, Roxana, in Disneyland? What's your home park if you have a home park? Is it Disneyland or Disney World? Which one do you live closest to? We love both parks. We live in Texas. And so as much as we love Texas, that puts us close to neither park. We're closer, obviously, to Disney World. And so we go to Disney World more often. But I wish we lived within driving distance. But yeah, I think I would go. I think I'd go back on the 17th. I'm sure that Disney will go the extra mile to protect the health and safety of cast members as well as guests. So they're going to use that reservation system. Not sure about that. What they've done in the past has just not been good. They really need to work on this if that's what they're going to do, and try to make sure that reservation system is dependable and reliable. Now, I've also read under the Walt Disney World guidelines or things that, information that they put out about their reservation system, having a hotel reservation. So if you're staying on property, that's still no guarantee that you will get into the park. So, that's kind of tough. I don't know if Disneyland's will look exactly the same. It probably will. It's probably going to be somewhat the same. And you're from Chicago. Yeah, Walt Disney World. It's that, yeah, you're kind of far away too. Texas puts us a little far away, which is not good. We hate that. But how many times have you been to Walt Disney World, Roxana? Do you get to go very often? We try to go at least every other year if we can. And there have been several years that we've been able to go like every year. So we were hoping to get into the park several times this year to do some streaming and just enjoy Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and possibly the Christmas party as well. And of course, the virus has rearranged all of our plans. But yeah, this is great news that Disneyland is going to be reopening. This letter from Josh Tomorrow is on the Disney Parks blog. So you guys can go there and read that if you want to. I didn't read all of it, but you can go and review that. They have not released any specifics yet, but I'm assuming that a lot of the steps that they'll take to social distancing, that kind of thing, will be implemented in Disneyland the same as it is in Disney World. Hey, John, welcome in. Yeah, this is your theme park, your home park, right? So this is good news because we're hoping to come out and see you guys again in Disneyland. So, um, what do you think? You think it's too soon, guys? I was on Mr. Cheesy Pop's stream a little earlier, and so many of the people who jumped onto his stream said that it was equally divided. People were saying, "Yes, I think it's too soon. It's too soon," and then other people were saying, "I'd go back tomorrow." So it's kind of, I think the opinions are kind of split on on whether people are going to go back really soon. But let's see. Also, in the announcement was made today at 5:14 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The company's parks division has planned a phased reopening beginning with Downtown Disney in Anaheim, California on July 9th, Disneyland and Disney California Adventure on July 17th, and Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and Disney's Paradise Pier on July 23rd. So they'll be opening the hotels, Paradise Pier and Grand Californian, on the 23rd, which is like a week after they open the theme park. So they're going to get a handle on it. This letter from Josh tomorrow is encouraging, and I'm sure that Disney started planning the reopening the second they closed. I have no doubt of that. So, but just like I said, just a quick stream, guys. I was really excited to just get on and say something about this because this is great news. We were excited when Walt Disney World announced that they were reopening, and we're just as excited for Disneyland to reopen. Disney represents, a lot more than just a theme park to a lot of us. With Disney's reopening, it's a sign that, hey, we can get back to some normalcy. We can get back to some entertainment and some fun. And because everything's been, so stressful with all this COVID-19 stuff, it's unprecedented. And it has been very stressful for a lot of us. So, Disneyland's reopening, even if we don't get to go immediately, even, for those of us who are planning a later trip, it's still great news. So, and maybe a return to some normalcy. What do you think, John? You think it's too soon? How do you feel about it? Would you go back immediately? Would you wait a little bit to see kind of how it goes? What do you think on that? We're excited. William and Jillian have reservations at Disney World in September, and I think they're just going to kind of hold on to those and wait and see what happens with it. Wait and see what happens over the summer with the regulations, the face mask requirement. I'm sure they're also going to be taking temperatures before you enter the parks, that kind of thing. So, but they're going to wait and see what happens with it. Hold on to the reservations. A lot can change over the summertime. The main thing that we're, really hoping is that they get to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and the Christmas party, because it would be a real shame if they didn't get to do those. And I'm sure, John, that it will definitely lessen the crowds. So for people who do want to go in, that'll be a plus. Let's see. Last time you were there was in 2017, Roxana. Yeah. I was in Disneyland and Disney World last year, so I was really blessed to get to go to both parks. And but yeah, 2017. Do you have a trip planned right now? So many people have a booking that they made before all the COVID-19 hit, and they're trying to figure out kind of what to do. So, do you have a booking, or do you have plans to go in this year, or are you like a lot of people and you will wait to go to Walt Disney World until 2021, which is of course the 50th anniversary and should be really cool. I really hope that this whole COVID-19 doesn't slow them down to the point that the plans for the 50th are, suffer for that, because we're really looking forward to that. Um, yeah, that um, that announcement again came a little bit earlier today, 5:14 today, and I just happened to be on my computer when I saw it come across. So um, I was excited to see it, and I just wanted to share it with you guys and see, what everybody thinks. Let us know. Let us know in the comments what you think. As I said, some of the other bloggers have gone live and have gotten mixed comments. There are a lot of people who are saying, yeah, I'd go back tomorrow, and others who are saying, no, it's too soon. I don't want to wear the face masks, that kind of thing. So, but I think the main thing is they have announced an opening date. I'm really surprised, guys, actually, that Disneyland is opening this early. I was not expecting Disneyland, since they are in California. And California has been a lot slower about opening. I was really not expecting this. I really wasn't expecting them to reopen till, I don't know, later in the summer at least. So this is good news. This is very much a positive, and we're really excited to announce it. I guess that's about it. Josh says, in Josh tomorrow's letter, he does say, while certain aspects of your visit may change, I assure you the quality of our storytelling, magic of our experiences, and the caliber of our cast members has not. We recognize the trust that you have in the Disney brand, and we will continue to earn your trust every day. So, one thing about Disney, this company, that I think Josh Tomorrow especially gets it. I think I loved him at the helm of Disney World, and I was really glad when they promoted him to chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products, because I think he really understands the Disney brand, and he understands what the Disney brand means in people's lives. Roxana, I was hoping to be able to book a trip for later on in the year. Sadly, they aren't taking any more reservations for the rest of the year. I have to wait till 2021. And the thing about that is, that may be a big advantage, because 2021 is the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I'm sure they're planning a lot of amazing, extraordinary things for that anniversary. And so I'm looking forward to it. And I know a lot of people are. The COVID-19 thing has probably slowed down a lot of the construction in Walt Disney World on, they've got the whole front of Epcot, Future World is completely torn up. That's why we're affectionately calling it Walcott. They're building, they're working on the Tron coaster. They're working on the Guardians coaster, Space 220 restaurant. There's the Remy ride and restaurant that's opening in the France Pavilion in Epcot. Just a lot going on. The Moana attraction, I think, is also opening in Epcot. So a lot of construction going on, and hopefully, they'll be able to go ahead with that. Now, they had announced previously that Spaceship Earth would close for 1 to 2 years for a refurbishment. And then they announced a few days ago, last week sometime, WDW News Today tweeted that Spaceship Earth will open on July 17th with Epcot. So that's a good thing. I was really not looking forward to Spaceship Earth being closed during the 50th anniversary, and so I was kind of glad for that. They can do that refurbishment later, and a lot of people, Roxana, are just having to redo plans, cancel plans. and rebook. I'm really hoping though that reservation system may open back up. I have a gal at Mickey Travels who does a really great job for us of planning trips. You know, when we need have questions or whatever. She does a great job for us, and so I'm kind of keeping in touch with her to see what the new developments are with the reservation system. And oh, there was one other thing too that I thought was interesting. Walt Disney World announced that staying on property will not guarantee you entrance into the parks, even if you have an annual pass. So, you know, which kind of surprises me, because I would think with a lot of these moves, what they're trying to do is maybe encourage locals to come to the parks instead of, you know, people from out of town or even overseas. I know overseas travel is real iffy, but I'm thinking that Disney World is really wanting locals to come. So it kind of surprises me that they're not catering to A, people who are actually staying on property, and B, annual pass holders, most of whom are local to the Orlando area. But anyway, yeah, we just wanted to let you guys know that they have made that announcement. And I don't know if you've heard anything else since then, Roxana or John, on it, but we're excited about it. It's going to be great to see Disneyland reopen. I know Jeff and I are really hoping to get back to Disneyland soon. We loved it. We took our first, well, it was my husband's first trip to Disneyland last year for the opening week of Galaxy's Edge. And, you know, John, we completely loved the time that we spent with you all on that. And we hope to come back really soon. So you never know. Maybe we can make it before the end of the year. We would so love to do Disneyland for around Halloween or Christmas for the Oogie Boogie Bash and all of the overlays, especially the Haunted Mansion overlay. There's so many great things, you know, that happen around Halloween and Christmas. Decorations are phenomenal. So we would really love to be with you guys for that. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes, and hopefully we can make it out there. We're also, you know, at least one of the parks, at least Disneyland or Walt Disney World, before the end of the year. We're really hoping to make it. So we'll see what happens with it. We'll be watching too. Yeah, well, yeah, my husband's first trip, of course, was first trip to California. Now, it wasn't my first trip. I've been several times, and my first trip was, gosh, I was still a teenager. But yeah, my husband's first trip was last year, and about this time, it was the 1st of June. So that 1 year anniversary is just passed. But we're hoping to see you guys and be in the parks. I love the parks, both parks, Walt Disney World and Disneyland, around Halloween. Mickey's Not So Scary in Orlando, and the Oogie Boogie Bash in California. I've never been to the Oogie Boogie Bash, and of course, both parks are just incredible at Christmas. So, gosh, I really hope that can happen. Right now, with the restrictions that Walt Disney World has set, of course, we don't know about Disneyland, but with the restrictions that Walt Disney World has set, they have canceled parades and fireworks and character meet and greets. So a lot of things that we're not going to be able to do, at least for a while. Hopefully, most of that is very temporary. But anyway, again, I just wanted to, go live, talk about this for just a minute. John, what are your feelings on the reopening? Would you guys go immediately? Would you wait a little bit to see how it goes? I'm sure they'll have all the social distancing markers. The face mask will be required, which is probably not quite as bad in California because the humidity and the conditions are a little bit different than in Florida. It's just, gosh, during the summer, it's just so hot and humid in Orlando. So it's a little bit different in California. It does cool off some. So it will be a little bit different. I don't know that I would, as for us, I don't know if I would take a trip to Orlando during the heat of the summer, June, July, especially August. August can just be miserable in Orlando. It's really, really hot. The humidity is really, really high. And hand sanitizer and masks and go. Gosh, I probably would. I'm not excited about the masks, but I probably push comes to shove. If Jeff says, "Hey, why don't we just go?" I'm not going to stay home. So, and the mask would be the only extra thing in my park bag because the hand sanitizer and the wipes and all that stuff was part of my park bag before all of this, and I know it was for you too. And Roxana, I'm sure that you threw all that in when you went as well. Always, even before this, when we went to the parks, there's so many people in the parks. There are tons of people from everywhere, and I was always very cautious to use hand sanitizer a lot, to caution my boys, if you don't have to touch that handrail, don't touch it. If you don't have to touch something, don't, because that's where germs get passed around and you can get sick. So yeah, we were always real careful anyway. I normally would sometimes even wipe down, tables with a wipe just to be sure when we sat down at a table service restaurant. So yeah, the hand sanitizer and wipes always went with us even before all of this. And I know a lot of people used those things too. So really, the mask is the only thing that we'd have to really get used to. And I'm hoping that so many of these restrictions that they're having to put in place to reduce crowds, the size of crowds, the no parades, no character meet and greets, and no fireworks. I'm hoping that that will be short-lived, that we won't have to do that for very long. I know in Shanghai, I was a little surprised because I know in Shanghai, they went ahead with shows and parades, and they marked the places like along the parade route. They had markers on the street, stand here, don't stand here, stand here, don't stand here. But they went ahead with a lot of those things. They didn't do character meet and greets, but they did characters in the parades and in the stage shows, just with social distancing. So I honestly was a little surprised that when they did not do the shows and parades here. Roxana, I don't care for the mask either, since I work at a car wash and it's hot and humid up here. Yeah. However, I'll wear it if I have to, as long as I can take breaks and remove the mask when I take breaks. Now that's one thing. I know that Universal, I've seen a lot of the bloggers that have gone into Universal, and they have actually like designated roped off areas where you can go and you can, when you're inside those areas, you can take your mask down, breathe, what have you. Also using social distancing, if you're eating, obviously, you can take your mask down. But a lot of the bloggers were saying in Universal, it was still pretty hot. it was still hard, especially, they were streaming and they had that mask on. And of course, the whole time you're streaming, you're trying to talk, and it makes it hot, makes the mask even more hot than it would be if you weren't constantly trying to talk. So, but anyway, guys, I really, really appreciate you hopping onto the stream. Again, I just wanted to pop in and let you know that Disneyland has made that announcement. They will open on July the 17th. Again, Downtown Disney in Anaheim, California on July 9th. Disneyland and Disney California Adventure on the 17th. Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa and Paradise Pier on July 23rd. So that's the announcement, and I just wanted to hop on and let you guys know and see how you felt about that. Let's see, Roxana says characters without walking about, and you can take a picture of the characters, but not with. And yeah, that is also my understanding, Roxana. And of course, now at Disneyland is actually a little bit different than Disney World. The characters are out kind of roaming around. They used to do that at Disney World, and then they stopped, and they kind of have them in the designated areas now, and you have to stand in line to meet them. They still actually roam in Disneyland. So that's a good thing. That's kind of one of the charms of Disneyland, I think, is to see those characters just out, walking around, and they still, hold hands with the kids, and they'll bend down and talk to the kids. And it's really cool. If you haven't been to Disneyland, I would really encourage you to do that, since you're such a big Disney fan, Roxana. But at any rate, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. I just wanted to hop on and let you guys know that and kind of discuss it. Just announced today, Disneyland in California will be open on July 17th. So we're just really excited about that. And let us know, what you think about it. For you who are watching on the replay, what do you think? Is it too early? Are they rushing it in California? California had more of a problem with COVID-19 than did Florida. So do you think it may be a little too early for California? Are you okay with it? Would you go immediately, or would you, wait a little bit to see how it goes? As for us, we probably, as John said earlier, hand sanitizer and masks and go. But, that's us. We're anxious to get back into the parks, as so many of us are. Guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Kind of just a little pop-up stream here with this great news. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks for being with us. We go live regularly on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock. That's Central Daylight Time for our regular Hitchhiker Chat. And we really have a good time there. We're doing a series right now that we had kind of planned several weeks ago on each park. This past Tuesday, you can look at that live stream. This past Tuesday, we talked about Animal Kingdom. This coming Tuesday, we'll discuss not Epcot. This coming Tuesday, we will discuss Epcot. Epcot. That's what we decided to do. So join us for that. Be happy to see you. Again, take care. Let us know in the comments what you think about this. This is great news, right? So appreciate John and Life with Roxana. Appreciate you guys hopping on. And there's always room for one more. So hurry back. Thanks, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Bye-bye.